And the bad news is, I missed 80% of the show last night because I had to take my inconsiderate friend to the hospital because after his fight, one of his pupils was bigger than the other and he needed a brain scan. And his pupil quickly returned back to normal once his adrenaline went down, and he was in no way concussed, and he didn't any longer need a brain scan. So we went back, and we had missed the whole show because it was like 40 minutes to the hospital, 40 minutes at the hospital, and then like half hour back. But let's talk about my experience at BKFC yesterday. Sorry, I've been a bit inactive this week. I've been really, really busy with a fight camp, and I had a bit of a bad stomach at the beginning of the week. I was in bed for a couple of days. What a night! What a night! Oh my god! Honestly, I'm tired. I had a late one. I'm overwhelmed. It was an emotional roller coaster as well. Very emotional night. I'm going to do a full breakdown of the whole card tomorrow. I've watched a few of the fights back, but I'm just going to talk mainly about Mac Bygraves' fight, the fight that I cornered, my lad that I coach, and Danny and Connor's fight. So Mac, he's been performing unbelievably throughout camp. He's looked so sharp, so quick, so hard, mate. He hits so hard. He's so good. I hope he starts to get a bit of recognition and a bit of his flowers for how good he actually is now, because this is two very, very hard fights and two very, very comprehensive performances against two very different fighters. He can do everything. Now, it's a joy to work with a fighter like Mac because although he's fucking hard work and he's a fucking headache and he's an absolute maniac and he's very hard to keep under control, he he can do anything that you tell him to. You show him something once and he can do it. You should, like we've done work in the clinch. You show him something once and he can do it better than I can do it. Showing it to him, teaching it to him, he was sparring a very, very big, strong cruiserweight in the gym at the beginning of the camp, and the guy boxed at a high level through the Marines and stuff like that, and the guy was sort of charging him with his head down on the way in, and I said to Mac, like, bearing in mind these are split seconds, these are split second, like micro movements that you need to make, and I just said, as soon as his head goes down, you've got to catch him with a lead hook, and then throw the backhand, and you'll catch him on the way in because of the way he's rushing in. He's open for this, and that is in between rounds. And then as soon as the next round starts, he just does it straight away perfectly. And then you're like, oh, and now shout through, right, throw this and adjust this, and it's bang bang adjust. Just like, mate, how does he fucking do this? Because I couldn't do this if I was in there. If I had a million times to try it, I couldn't do it, but I can see it, and I tell him, and he does it, and it's unbelievable. And we've got such a good team there with me, him, and Connor. Him, Connor, and me, really, but I haven't got main character syndrome about it. But yeah, so him against George Thorpe. George Thorpe is a tremendous fighter, very, very strong kid. He gave a very good account of himself. And George was saying to me after the fight, he thinks it was a shit performance from him. And it just wasn't. It wasn't a shit performance from him. It was a very good performance from him. Mac is just that good. And that's the truth of it. And I know he's my friend. And I know I can be a little bit biased when I'm talking about my friends. But I see him every day, day in and day out. And I see what he does to professional boxers and elite amateurs, and like I see it every day. And whoever you give him sparring, and he is that good, and he's got this competitive mindset that he's so driven. He can't lose. Everyone loses one day. Touch wood, not for a while. But you know what I mean. He and if he has to get it back. He has to get it back. So if he takes a shot in a fight, he has to get that shot back. He's the type of person that you take him to play mini golf with a 5-year-old, and he would not let the kid win. No chance in fucking hell. Like I've seen, mate, and he's a freak athlete. Like you've seen him do backflips over the fucking. Genuinely, you can ask him backflips over the top rope of the ring and land on his feet. We've never attempted it before, and it's just his moment. It's just his time, and it was, like I say, it was a nearly punch perfect performance against George Thorpe. In the first round, he was sort of took him a minute to find his feet. He was overreaching a little bit, just throwing a bit too much into his shots, and was struggling on the canvas, slipping a little bit. But it was different to the surface that we had been practicing on, and it was a little bit slippery. So we'd been drilling a pendulum step to close the gap, but that wasn't really working. So he readjusted his feet, a little bit more grounded, and then as the cogs started turning, and then he's coming back to the corner, and we're going, right, first round, good round. I think probably lost the first round. It could have gone either way, but I at the time I definitely gave it to Thorpe the first round. Right, so it's a fine round. Didn't do anything wrong. Just tighten this up, and go to the body before you go to the head, or go to the head and then go to the body, because you're only one phase in these attacks. Put second phase on it. Next round, head body, body head. Really, really good, strong results with the body shots, and you could see that he's hurting him, and George is starting to tire now, and all the clinch work that we've been doing, all the work inside the pockets really working out. And even though George is a lot bigger than him, Mac's overpowering him in the clinch and pushing him around, and this is going really well now, round 2, and Mac just looks in total control. Right, round 3 now, so you're doing this well. Now put a third phase on these attacks, because there's just going 1, 2, now put the third on. Go back to the body, go head, body, head, and then step off. Go body, head, body, and then step off. And then he goes out, and it's just bam, bam, bang, all in freeze, bam, bam, bang, all in freeze. Then he's stepping off, then he's finding space, then he's back in, and he's so clever when he closes the gap, and he's so fast, and he throws these audacious looping shots from angles that you just can't imagine a shot would even land. And everything we've been drilling in camp, and all the hard work, and everything's working. Round 4, more of the same. You've got this. You're smashing him now. 2-1 up, going into round 4. Easy work. Round 4 comes now. Mac's cut badly. But George is looking very tired now, and they're having an absolute war. Don't get me wrong. This was a war. This was a back and forth fight. This wasn't all. Although it was, from my opinion and from the judges' opinions, pretty one-sided. It can be close, and you can still have someone edging each round. Do you know what I mean? So it was a back and forth, and Mac had taken a lot of damage. George had also taken a lot of damage, but round 5, right, I've got you 3-1 up here, Mac. This is easy work for you. So just don't take any risks in this last round. You'll cut quite badly. It's not horrific. It's not the end of the world, but you cut quite badly, and just don't take any risks. And this is yours all day long. And round 5 comes along. Not a risk taken, barely takes a shot. Every time Thorpe gets close and looks like he's going to throw something, Mac ties him up, leans on him, pushes him against the ropes, eliminates everything. And yeah, it was a comprehensive, fantastic performance, and I'm so proud of him. I've watched the fight back. I've had a little tear in my eye since, and it's been a very emotional couple of days, because I spoke to Andrew Bakewell after, and he said, like, I'm not going to say too much, but very big things are coming off the back of this, and I'm just so proud of Mac. We've been in the gym together since he first walked in the door at Hornets Boxing Academy when he was 13 years old. I was a few years older, and yeah, when he come back and started, where this goes into Danny and Connor now. Danny lost last night, and I've watched it back, and yeah, it was definitely a Connor Tierney win, and you know, Danny give of course he give a good account of himself. He always does, you know, but. What I wanted to get in with Danny was, got my Danny Christie t-shirt on. Listen, primarily I am a fan. Yeah, I'm a fan of fighting. I'm a bare-knuckle fan. Okay, I love the BKFC. And I love to watch these fighters. And Danny Christie is. Oh, he's my hero in that. I'm a fan of Danny Christie, and I always was. And now I can call him a mate of mine. Now, and it's weird they say you never meet your heroes. No, don't want to, whatever. Not like that. But they say don't meet your heroes. But he's just such a nice geezer, and we get on so well, and he gets on with everyone, and I can see why everyone likes him. Everyone in the bare knuckle likes him. It's just like, yeah, that's maybe not rung true with this one, because he's but. We got into bare knuckle with Mac. Mac fought Jimmy Miller in a boxing match and said, I'm going bare knuckle. And we was like, the top middleweight in the UK at the time was Danny Christie. Mac's going, I'm going to beat Danny Christie. I'm going to fight Danny Christie. And we're all day, yeah. Like anyone who's come up watching bare knuckle over the last 5 years in the UK or 3 years in the UK or whatever, Danny's been the top name, the premier name. And it's sort of like, it was almost like a full circle moment, because like I said, we drove Mac to the hospital, and then he didn't need the scan, so we had to drive back to the venue because we didn't want to wait 6 hours to get him stitched up. And by the time we got back, Danny was just getting stitched up and seen to by the doctor, as we was. And it was like, Mac's in one bed, Danny's in that bed. And it was like for me, it was a full, like I say, a full circle moment. It was a bit like metaphorical. It's like Danny, maybe this is his last fight. That's up for him to say, not for me to say. Maybe he's going to have one more, maybe he'll have two more, whatever. But 40 years old or 40 plus years old, coming to the end of his career, just off a loss. And then there's Mac there on the bed, just up a win, the up and coming, like the new kid on the block who's getting all the eyes on him now and putting on stellar performances. And it's just like, oh, this is the reason why we got into this here on this bed. And we're all chatting and that, and Danny's talking about his fight as if maybe it's one of his very last, and we're just starting on our journey in the BKFC, and it just felt like almost a passing of the torch moment, almost a full circle moment. It was quite emotional for me, well, like I say, quite philosophical, and I've looked back and I thought that is a moment that's like, yeah, like something is very, very surreal, very, very surreal, and it was a beautiful event, beautiful, fantastic. Thank you very much to BKFC. I've been rambling here a bit, but I just wanted to get that off my chest to everyone. And unlucky Dan, man, like he's done so much for the UK bare-knuckle. It's up to him what he wants to do. If he wants to carry on, obviously I'm a fan. I'll keep on supporting him, but he's done more than enough, and he took a lot of damage last night. He was in a bit of a bad way. His face, not mentally, he was speaking fine. He didn't seem concussed or anything like that, but visibly a lot of flesh wounds, a lot of damage. His ear was pretty bad. He needs surgery on that, reconstructive surgery, I believe. And yeah, not that he was badly hurt, but visibly he was badly hurt. And I think if he was to ask me as a fight fan, I'd say fucking carry on. I want to watch you fight. As a mate, and like with the whole full circle moment, I'd say maybe hang it up, but it's not for me to say. I don't want to tell anyone what to do, or it's just my opinion, and I respect him so much and what he's done. It's yeah. So, anyways, boys, thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with the full review of the show, and let me know what you thought. Did you see Mac fight? How did he get on? What do you reckon? Where should we go next? Pick Jardine, Aaron Blakely. Where do we go? Adios, Le Bosch.